All the Marines out there, hoorah, jarheads. And also, the Veteran Service will be tomorrow, 11 o'clock, in the Fellowship Hall at First Baptist Church here in Clanton. There was a little confusion about that today, but it is 11 o'clock, First Baptist Church, Clanton, tomorrow. So everybody come and support our veterans. All right, first up we have tonight public comments is Mr. Gideon Gingrich. Did I say that correct? He wants to talk to us about horse and buggies. If you'll come to the podium, please, sir. How you doing?
All right, you doing okay?
Just good, just fine. Go ahead and tell us what you'd like.
Well, what we was looking about is about having signs out on the road about horse and buggy so people pay attention for more safety. So they might not be used to slow moving vehicles like that.
Yes, sir.
And where we come from, they have them out like other areas, and we just was going to see if you all would consider that.
Most definitely. We've been talking about that for what, 3-4 weeks now, when we knew you moved in the neighborhood?
I heard different ways, and I figured it's up to you how you wanted to do it. But I just thought I'd mention a few different ways. I think some of them might have like smoke. I'm not exactly sure about the words that's on it, but more like in the line of slow moving vehicle. And some are just plain that has no writing on it in some areas. So and John here said something about putting cautious on it. So it's up to you all about what you want to do on that.
Well, we had talked about it earlier and talked about checking with Coleman. Coleman has an Amish community there, I believe. But I do remember in northern Indiana when I've traveled across there, it had horse and buggy symbols.
Yeah, it's sort of symbols.
Yeah, and caution, and I forget what else it said, but it did have a symbol of that. So I was going to ask you if you knew if any other places have a designated route that is like, some areas will have a truck route that trucks must follow. If there is a certain sign, or is there a sign that has horse and buggy route or anything like that?
I don't know that. I just know that they put up in certain places, especially on roads that's more traffic on.
Well, we're definitely going.
Not every road. In a lot of communities that I know, it's not just every little county road, but more roads that's more traffic or more high-speed traffic or close to town and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know the sheriff was talking earlier. You know, we knew 37 and 22 is not a route that you want to travel with horse and buggy. And he said,
stay off at 22 as much as possible too, you know. So.
Yeah, he said y'all talked about 30, 16, 9 coming into town. That's probably the safest route y'all could travel for your safety.
Yeah,
coming in.
But it's also some things that can come up that we might have to use 37 for some places, you know. But I was also thinking it might be a good idea of putting a buggy out there at 37, just standing there so people start attention, you know, pay attention to what it looks like or what they expect. I don't know. I was just thinking that could be a good idea. If that's something y'all prefer, we would try to do that for a little, you know, the first little bit.
I don't think it hurt you,
I just
John.
want to bring awareness, just the signage, just so people know that they're here, that they will be traveling the road, to kind of, you know, be aware of it, slow down, because we talked to them about, you know, maybe having reflective tape and caution signs, stuff like that on the rear of the buggies. But just mainly, just being cautious about it, just bringing awareness to it, you know, to people used to them being here.
Okay.
We normally have reflector strips on the side of the shafts, and some places where I'm from, we have it on the side of the box of the buggy, the strip, and then on the back of the buggy. And then at night, we will have lanterns that have reflector, the red light on the back have reflecting in it, so when it shines on it, it's more bright, closer to a vehicle red light. Not like the brake light, but like the regular.
So y'all don't use any.
And then we have them offset a little bit so it won't look, so they're uneven, so people wouldn't think it's a car.
So you don't use any of the battery-operated flashing lights on the back?
No.
I've seen that on some in other states.
Yeah, in some other states they do, in some other groups they do too. So far we've just done it this way.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking, it would be safer if something like that's on the back of a buggy,
Yeah.
bringing attention to
We
it.
was hoping that we can put enough reflector strip, and then we also have little pipes on the PVC pipe on the side, on the left wheel, back wheel, that have reflector tape around it. And when that goes around, that also gets attention.
Okay.
That's a unique idea. But yes, sir, we're all aware that y'all have moved to our county, and we want to welcome you to the county.
Well, I appreciate it.
And we want to keep y'all as safe as
We
possible.
We also want to try to work with y'all.
We fully believe that.
So, we was gonna get him out, John out, and let him see the buggy when we get here, and if we see that, you know, so everything is sort of where y'all understand how it's gonna go, that's okay with y'all.
Oh, yes.
What kind of time frame you looking at before y'all are here?
We're trying to be here sometime this month, us, it was, and the other couple will probably be here in December. We're hoping later part this month, but later part this month to December, somewhere in that line, we're hoping to start.
I'll ask our engineer, do you know anything about getting some of those signs, Heath? Or where we could get them and how quick?
You enter the W1114, which is a symbol of a buggy and a horse. I think that's the one that's mostly recommended. If you would tell me what roads you want them on, and we order them through our county bid, it usually takes about 30 days to come in.
And we need to do that tomorrow night. We will vote on getting these signs tomorrow night.
No, Thursday.
I mean Thursday night,
Thursday night.
I'm sorry, we got Veterans Day tomorrow. Thursday night, our meeting, we'll vote on this. If you'll put that down, Makisha, we'll vote on this Thursday night to get those signs. And designate 30, 16, 4,
365.
365, and 9.
Several of those.
24 might be one that we
Yeah.
have trouble a bit
Yeah,
for gas
24.
stations or something like that, and 37 needs to have it, I think. That's
Okay,
what
well,
Yeah,
if you're
I
gonna get to 24, then we better designate 37 too.
Well, you can go on out 16 and 9 and go out that way
Yeah.
too, but yeah, 37 need to be signage out there as well, probably.
You know, it might not really hurt to put, regardless what they are, you know, safety's gotta be first, so, you know, it might not really hurt to put one at the beginning of even some of them other roads, like 49.
Yeah.
You know, if you just put one at one end and the other, just, you know, you ain't gotta put them all up and down the road, but
Bring attention.
that's
Yeah.
right, people know that they hear somewhere, even if they say, well, look,
Yeah.
you know, we ain't never seen one there. Well, you may, 'cause they may wanna go over there and visit somebody or something one day, so.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea, I would appreciate it, but we also want to, whatever y'all think.
Your main route coming into town is gonna be what we just laid out, correct?
Well, we also brought up, Tim brought up a while ago, 354, which will take you, you gotta get on 37, but it will take you back over to County Road 9 as well, so, you know, might be another avenue.
I was just thinking, you know, designated horse and buggy route, because I think it's gonna be better if you get on the road and this sign says, this is a route that horse and buggies travel
Much as we can stay
regularly.
off 37, it'd probably be better,
Yeah,
so.
so, we'll talk about where to more, but we're gonna take care of it and, try to keep y'all safe and everybody else too.
Well, I really appreciate it, thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you.
I got a question.
Okay.
If they're coming into town, Sheriff, what about the city limits, the streets and city limits? Clanton?
That'll be something they're gonna have to go to the city council, we've talked about that, some's gonna be here, some's gonna be there, so they're gonna have to go talk to the city council about the same thing, about having signage put up.
Okay.
And try to get some, you know, routes and stuff. When it gets inside the city limits, I'm not as worried about it, because there'll be slower speeds, but they're still gonna have to go talk to the city council and the mayor about, you know, having signage put up so people know that they're. gonna be
Right.
on the road.
Anybody else? All right, down to sheriff.
Whew, I had to get a small form here. Let me get my glasses out here on this one. Oh, tonight I'll be asking for a resolution to new hire Javarius Livingston as full-time corrections officer. Asking for a resolution to approve a new hire Christopher David Smith as full-time corrections officer. Asking for a resolution to approve new hire Jackson Parker Lett as full-time corrections officer. And resolution to approve reclassification of Virginia Alcero to full-time corrections officer.
All right, any questions? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Commission office, Miss Sylvia is out. Makisha Cleckley.
We need to amend the minutes from the last meeting. The amount for the carryover for reappraisal was just a typo, so I have that on the consent to amend those. And then they've separated out our cyber coverage from our insurance, and they've come out with what the new premium would be and the coverages, and they've significantly increased our coverage, and they've increased the, of course, amount we have to pay, our premium. This amount could increase. There are, I think, 27 or 47 that participate in this. So if all of them participate, it'll stay at this price, but if, some of them don't participate, it could be higher than that.
So it's based on the group. Now, is this gonna have any effect when we move of this cyber coverage?
No.
Okay.
We'll need it.
Hey, Makisha, do you know if the other
No, I
counties,
don't
if they
know.
choose not to participate in this particular coverage, where they're getting their coverage from?
I do not.
They just don't have any?
I don't know.
I didn't, what was the question?
My question is if out of the 27 counties that currently participate as the group, and that keeps that premium at that increased price, if one of them, if they choose not to participate in that particular coverage through this company, whatever, where are they getting their coverage from? If any at all? Are they finding it cheaper somewhere else? That's what I wanted to know. Why would they choose not to participate? They either choose not to participate out of financial reasons, or, it might be cheaper somewhere. So I don't know if we have looked into the possibility of it being cheaper.
I did ask that question. I did ask that question, and the reply that I got was that this is typically the cheaper option. Now, I know it's increased by almost 5 times, but our coverage, if you look at the coverage, it's increasing. I mean, we can hold on this if you want,
Well,
but,
it's gotta be
It
turned
has-
in by Monday.
yeah. But
And-
there's a deadline that we
Like,
gotta.
we need this coverage from somewhere,
Yeah,
obviously.
we have to have it.
Yes.
This is
I mean-
cyber coverage, and
We don't need another.
county's already
act,
gotten hit once, so we need to. It's one of these necessary evils that we have to.
I mean, I could try to find you an
participate in.
answer.
We can hold and let Commissioner Perkins be responsible.
You could.
Well, technically,
I bet I know the answer to that, though.
Any other questions, Commissioner?
No, that was my only question.
Okay. All right,
and then we'll have the second meeting for the DHR and library board nominations. That's all I have.
okay, thank you. Animal control, Christina.
Just need a resolution to hire Ashley Bates as a part-time adoptions counselor effective November 14th.
All right, any questions?
Yeah, I got a question, Christina, and I apologize, Alan, I didn't have time, I just got the call on my way here about the adoptions coming back to get the animal spayed or neutered. So how does that work? Because I just want the general public to know
So
the
we are
process.
required by law to make sure that every animal that is adopted out is sterile. So they have a couple of choices, they can leave them with us, and then once after their appointment, every animal has an appointment to get fixed. So we have, every other week, we do transports for spay and neuters, so we already have a date to give them, so they can either leave them with us, or they can take them home for the week, and then bring them back the Sunday before their Monday appointment. But we are required by law to make sure that they're sterile.
Okay, okay, thank you.
And it appears that you have a guest with you tonight?
I do, this is Anna Brooks, she's our new assistant director.
Hello, Anna.
So Anna is getting her first look at being in front of the commission, and in case Christina is on vacation or whatever, so Anna's getting a pre-run at it.
Would you care to come up and say a few words?
Don't put her on the spot.
She jumped right on that one.
Anna Brooks. I am now the assistant director.
Actually, I did
Anna's-
that as a joke, Anna, but we do appreciate you, coming to work for us and taking care of animals.
Anna's been down there, and she has been part of the backbone that keeps that place going. If the sheriff calls and needs somebody out to chase down strays, that she's right out there with the deputy. She and Christina jump in the van and run out there, and once the animals are captured, they're able to take control of them and get them to the shelter. So she's ready at a minute's call, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you, and it's good to see that you jumped to a challenge, because that was a challenge from me, and you accepted it.
I got a question for you. You said if they can get them and keep them a week and bring them back.
Yeah, so like every other Monday, we go for a transport, like, today, we had a transport, and then, so we won't have one next Monday, but the following Monday we will. So, so say an animal's adopted this coming Wednesday, then they automatically are gonna go on our next transport. So they have the spay and neuter date,
Okay.
like when they're adopted.
What if they don't bring them back?
Well, it's actually a misdemeanor if they don't bring
Yep.
them back. So that we are required by law, and they are all explained that it's, they have to comply with that, or we can turn it over to the authorities, and it is a misdemeanor.
Okay. Yeah, I know you had to have a little something in it, or you'd be surprised that a few probably wouldn't bring them back, so.
We've had a couple try not to.
Yeah. And what's that time from what, they asked me about the time. I said, if you have an appointment, you give them appointment time, right?
Yes.
And you open from before
They
12.
bring them back to us, and we provide the transportation, because we're required to make sure that they're sterile, so we provide all the transportation and we get billed. So they don't have to do anything. If they choose to take them home, and they don't have to, they can choose to leave them at a shelter, but they just bring them back to us the night before.
And the time of day on Sunday.
Yeah, we give them the time on Sunday to bring them back.
Okay.
And then Commissioner Hall, you also have events, spay and neuter events, correct?
We do, so we have them, already booked for 2026, they just haven't told us we can release the date yet,
Okay.
because they get
That's good.
flooded with calls.
I remember,
But that's just for public animals, not our adopted animals.
and you only have so many spots, correct?
Correct.
And so how many is that typically?
So for like a regular, like our animals, adopted animals,
Yeah, well,
so they run off a point system, so we get 50 points every other week. But each, like, so like a female dog, is a different amount of points from a female cat. So we get a total of 50 points in general to use
Okay.
every other week.
I see, okay. So I didn't know if your questions had to do with these adoption events or for the spay and neuter, or just the spay and neuter events?
Yeah, spay and neuter and return them back.
I have people
Yeah.
ask me all the time, when are we doing that next? When are we
Yeah, I'm
doing
like,
that
We've had a
next?
couple
You know?
of people lately not want to bring the animals back, to get them fixed. So,
Wow.
that might be what the questions that Ms. Hall receives pertaining to. And then we just give them, it is in Title III that we are required to make sure that they're sterile, so.
I wanted to thank the sheriff for supplying a little bit more transportation for the shelter until we can get that surplus vehicle down there. Oftentimes, the van will be tied up, and Christina will have to load the dogs in the back of her car. And sometimes the dogs are no longer with us, you know, and so she's having to transport those bodies back in her personal vehicle. Sheriff, I appreciate you helping out with that, and whoever, you took it down there. Thank you, Sheriff.
That's good. That's it. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
They were complimentary on the facility. They said the facility was very nice, and the person that helped was nice.
All right, Parks and Rec, Mr. Donald Giles.
I just got a resolution for a new hire, Mr. Robert
Malmquist, yeah.
as a full-time park and recreation CSR, starting November the 17th.
All right, any questions?
Just let it be known that this is
Full-time.
this is not a, increase in staff. It's a position fill.
Okay. All right, anything else? Thank you. Road Department,
They full now?
Engineer Heath Sexton.
We hire them, they quit, we hire them, they
Oh,
quit.
that's anything.
Same thing.
Hey, Commission,
Evening.
2 items tonight. The first item is the Aldott surplus property eligibility application. The state has sent us this application for us to complete so that we can remain on the eligibility list for procuring surplus equipment and property from Aldott. So I'll ask for approval on Thursday. Consent agenda for it to be approved. And next, hey!
That's the only way he's gonna get anything.
Wow, he did it. He pulled the trigger.
In case anybody's wondering, Commissioner Perkins challenged Heath to do the fawns when he got up here tonight, so.
Well, he didn't flip his collar up.
Yeah, he's kind of up.
So anyway, dump trucks are nearing 2 years old, and we usually keep them on rotation. And this resolution we have in the attachments that will allow us to go ahead and order new dump trucks utilizing the ACCA joint bid for heavy equipment. And these dump trucks will be ready in March or February. That'll give us time to surplus our existing trucks and have them in the, dispose of them. We have agreement attached for the J.M. Wood auction that gives us a guaranteed minimum gross sale for the entire lot. So I'll ask this being the consent agenda to be approved as well.
All right,
Okay.
any questions?
Do you remember what the purchase price of the 8 was? Right offhand, that was last meeting, wasn't it? It's 210, 216,000 per vehicle, right?
It was, for the new ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what our guarantee is.
I've got that,
No, am I?
The existing trucks are around just short of 250.
247.
Yeah, I know it. I put stress on this binder.
$247.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ones we're buying.
1,745,580.
About 8.
18,197.
Well, that total's the most important part. And then we're guaranteed the 1.6. What, in your opinion, what do you think? Do you think we're gonna get a net zero on that? Once they go to bid, I know what our guarantee is, but out of what they're going for, what do you think the odds are that we run a swap out?
The least expensive way for us to operate these dump trucks. They cost a lot to operate, and buyers look at mileage and the age. So we try to keep those, in this program the counties are in, we try to provide, low mileage and, newer model trucks, so we get that highway sell on. And of course, the main benefit is the, counties and governments are able to purchase, equipment at a lesser price than the general public. So that's
Right.
that's-
Do you know what the warranty is on the ones we purchase?
Yes, I know the entire truck has a 1-year warranty. That's excluding, of course, lights and windshield
Okay.
Within the bid specifications.
Hey, I'd like to get maybe Makisha, if she has time, before our next meeting to just look up the year before we started on this rotation and see how much we paid for upkeep on dump trucks and before, and then that'll give them a better idea of why. I think we started in about 2016.
This gonna be, COVID brought this on,
I thought it was like 2007 or 8.
that y'all started doing the, every year?
Cause I remember Alan White, Commissioner White and I at the time had a, long talk about it.
It was just, they may have traded, they didn't start that till, we started that just shortly after Joseph come on. Yeah, about 14, yeah, so about 12, look at it, about 2012, 13, somewhere around there and see.
Probably won't have that, but I'll look and see. Our software
No. You probably, so we
Well,
don't
we've been
have,
getting
so we don't have
significantly
any of them
more than
records?
guaranteed price. Last couple of auctions, haven't we, Heath?
We have the guarantees, mostly just kind of if the market were to go south.
Right.
then we wouldn't be covered. We wouldn't take
Well, that's why I was asking that question, out of your experience.
I think we've
Do you
made.
think you can get, if we buy them for 1.7, we're guaranteed 1.6, do you think out of your experience that when we send them to auction, we're gonna get more than the 1.6? Will we get the 1.7, 1.8 after
We've gotten
7%
more-
back?
We've gotten more each year than what we paid for them for the last couple of years. That's what has always blown my mind. We get more money at auction than what we're giving for them.
well, it's because we don't have to pay all that, them different taxes that they have
Tax
to
and
pay,
duties.
so.
And the market, shipping overseas has been unreal. Butch and I can attest to that, trying to buy a used truck. You can't buy a used truck. They send them overseas. I think it was 2 years ago, nearly every truck, if not every truck
Went
in our
overseas.
class sold at Woods went straight to the port and went overseas, went to Jacksonville, Florida, went overseas.
Yeah.
One man bought them.
The answer, Commissioner Perkins' his question, I'm sorry, is nobody can answer that because that sale is in March, and who knows by then what's gonna happen. Could be interest rates high, could be interest rates low. If they're guaranteeing us within 100,000 of what we're gonna have to pay out, we spend more than that. You can spend 40, 50, 60,000 on maintenance on one of those trucks, on one. And how many we got? Several.
Mate,
So, nobody can answer that question at this time.
I wouldn't gonna say this, cause I ain't for sure, and I'm still not for sure, I'm just saying it because what Butch just said, cause he's got trucks and he knows about that maintenance. But I was thinking we spent around 60,000 a truck on maintenance, that's what I got on my mind, but that don't make it right, you know? I can't swear to that, but since he said that, I'm really thinking that's what it was.
Well, you have one engine out of 8 go down, you're 50,000 across the board, easy anymore for them, because right now, new engine's like $28,000.
Yeah, yes.
So, I think it's a smart way for us to go.
By the time we pull the trigger on the next opportunity, some of those are gonna be, or I think all of them, will be out of warranty. So your warranty be gone.
All right. Thank you, sir. Okay, Commissioner Billingsley.
No, sir.
Commissioner Bowman is not here, and for y'all, he is having an issue with a kidney stone again. He's had 3, and he's on his next baby. Okay, Commissioner Childress.
Just want to thank Christina and her team down there. They've got that place looking really, really good. And a shout out to Steve Chastain, who used to be part-time with us and is now doing other things. He still volunteers. And Heath had taken down a couple of loads of gravel, and it's been sitting there ready to spread. Steve went down this weekend and spread that out, and the parking lot is looking really, really well. So just appreciate everybody pitching in and all the volunteer help that's, I think Christina had a group. Did they want their name?
They have to ask corporate. We can
They
put
have to
it on
ask.
Facebook, but nothing, like it can't be in the paper or anything about corporate.
There was a significant corporation that came down and volunteered 6 people. And really put in a lot of hours helping Christine and the team organize the outer storage buildings. And so this, you know, they took in 51 animals in the back part of last week, is that right? What?
Let's see, in one day, we took in 36 animals. They were all owner surrenders. That was Thursday.
And so you can see, they have enough time to care for the animals and very little time to work on the facility. So what they've gotten done in that small amount of time is great, but when you have a download of people from a corporation to come and she's able to tell them what she would like for them to do, and they get out there and do it, it's just tremendous help. And I just wanted to thank them. They know who they are. We can't tell you who they are, but I would like to thank them. That's all I got.
Well, that's all. Okay, Commissioner Hall,
Nothing.
Commissioner Headley,
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Perkins.
I didn't, but I do. I just want to remind,
I've heard that before.
I want to remind everybody about the ribbon cutting at Manuka General Store, 10 a.m. on Thursday. That's all I
Okay.
got.
All right, I have a couple. We've talked about this for quite some time. A audit that our fire departments are supposed to turn in. Well, I want to ask for a resolution Thursday night that each fire department must be up to date with their audits, that no check will be issued until they're up to date with their audits as of December 31st.
Do you know how many is not turners in yet?
No, we can find out
Estimate.
tomorrow. There's quite a
Or
few.
Wednesday.
Sylvia does the list.
I know, she does a list. Whew, 3-4 weeks ago, it was 50-50. We got some in since then. I know Enterprise just turned theirs in, because I brought it in. Collins Chapel just turned theirs in within the last few weeks.
South Chilton's working on theirs, should have his in a day or two.
So it's about a 50-50 to answer your question. Now, when you say departments, if a department has 2 stations,
Each station.
each station has to turn
Each
one. It can't
station.
just be Union Grove. It's gotta be Union Grove 1 and Union Grove 2.
Yeah.
So there'll be 17 total.
Yep, thank you for clarifying that.
Right.
Yeah, each one will have to have their audit up to date.
Right. And it's actually the proper wording, and people get confused with, it's a review audit. Because an audit, they can't afford. Review audit, they can't afford. The last commission, when Mr. Bates was here as their attorney, he approved it could be was legally to do a review audit, correct? Compliant, yes.
Some kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and I'll ask for resolution to approve the proposal from Masonry Arts to remove the 8 marble panels that are engraved from upstairs, right above our heads almost, and to remove them, transport them, and install them in the new courthouse. And they will be along the longest wall in a common area, which will be the area right next to the stairs in the courthouse. And I think if my measurements and Tim Scott's measurements were correct, about 2 inches might have to be cut off of one of the panels from the fit. And that'll be the 4 on each side of the doorways going to the probate office and going back to commission office. And that amount was $32,772. And we'll have a little bit of history from here to go there. Okay, and these two things are not on the agenda, but, Johnny Butler, our chief bailiff and courthouse boss, has asked me a couple of times to ask the commission about renting and ordering a dumpster to go right out back if possible. And each department is working to clean out, and they have a bunch of trash, and they're filling up the regular garbage dumpster once a day. And he said it sure would help if we had a roll-off. So, with your permission, I'm gonna ask for a resolution tomorrow night to authorize me or the commission office to, hire a dumpster company to provide a dumpster here to haul off the trash.
Where we gonna put it?
Well, I'll have to work that out. All right,
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's gonna
Well,
be
there's-
tough, cause
well,
we
there's
ain't
two-
got no parking as it is.
well, there's two choices, and one of them, or both of them gonna be the same. Somebody's going to give up a couple of parking spaces back here and park church parking lot or on the street. So I'll let the sheriff decide who those two people are.
Well,
No, I don't have a problem. I'll be glad to, you know, find the dumpster and work with the, basically, I think it's probate office, judge that parks right outside his window.
Well, I think you might could put it, you know, the maintenance is on the end, and then
Yeah.
have those spots, maybe we could put it there.
Okay, take sheriff's parking spot.
No, where the maintenance is.
Where the maintenance vans park.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
And at one time, we had one when they was redoing 911 right there against the curb. right
Against the
there at
curb.
911, so that's kind of somewhat out of the way there.
Well, how about, if it's okay with y'all, myself, and sheriff, and Johnny Butler, we'll decide where it's gonna be best to put it, since Johnny was the one that asked me. And we'll figure it out and get a dumpster, so we can speed up this moving process.
sounds good.
All right? Any questions?
Yes, not about the dumpster, I forgot. I wanted to ask the commission for the month of December, can we combine our meetings on Monday nights? Because of the holidays, so many events going on, can we combine just for that month? What y'all think on Monday night, the commission?
The work
got one
session
meeting.
and the meeting same night?
Just for December?
We only got one meeting.
Yeah, long,
Well, so we only have one?
yeah, we have one,
So,
well,
well,
December.
What I think she's saying is just
Do it on Monday.
the work
Yeah.
session
Yeah.
and the meeting on the same night.
I don't recall us having very much at all.
Well-
I would like, that's a good idea.
I
Well,
think that's
if
we can get
excellent
that
idea.
done.
That all, that all
cause there's so
depends.
many
that good?
events.
Chairman,
Can the,
it all depends.
What's that?
If we ain't got much on there, whatever we gotta discuss, it all depends.
Well, we'd have to
Well,
change the
if-
time of the
if-
work session to 5:30 and the meeting at 6:30.
well, what you may be thinking of, if we'd have to do a special meeting, we don't necessarily have to have a work session for that special meeting.
Okay. All right, that is what I'm thinking of. That's fine.
Okay,
Our meeting's on the 10th. So we wanna have a work session 5:30 prior to sidebar.
Sidebar.
that's on a
Recess.
Wednesday,
Take a recess.
8th. You must be in 24.
Eight, the
Oh, the
eighth,
9th,
eighth
I'm
is a
sorry,
Monday.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
no, the 9th.
8th
Our
or 9th.
meeting's on the 9th.
The meeting's on the
Meeting's on the
ninth.
9th,
Meeting's
so
on
the
the
work
9th, I'm
session's
sorry.
the 8th, so we'll do it the 8th or the 9th.
I would move the work session to the meeting night, but
I
that's
was gonna
confusing.
say, we don't need to move the meeting now, cause that's established, the meeting time we
Yeah.
can't change, so
Just
we
move,
can do the work session at
5:30
5:30 or
on the 9th.
6. Well,
Yeah,
I can make,
we
I
won't
can
have
make
to have
that
a work
motion, you
session
can
over
or
an hour
something.
anyway.
no,
There's Lily's on the
No.
agenda that.
we'll move the work session to 5:30 on the 9th. Okay, is that agreeable, everybody?
Add it under
Work session
Butch
5:30 on
was,
the 9th?
had me preoccupied.
Butch behave.
Their sidebar had a sidebar.
Now, he's got me, we got
Y'all
early
noticed
this
he
morning.
was leaned over here telling me something. I wasn't leaned over there telling
Well,
him
it
anything.
looked like it was very interesting, cause you had him over there real close.
He was facing him.
Okay, All right, I'll
I'm gonna
ask,
say yes to whatever that question was.
okay, what my salary?
No.
I'm gonna play a Perkins on you now. Boy, I don't know what's in this coffee tonight, Joe. It's a wild bunch tonight.
that's what I'm telling you.
Okay, the other thing is, something along the lines of what Heath was talking about, procurement from AlDOT. Years ago, the county commission and the fire departments in this county requisitioned items from the state of Alabama, which a lot of that came in from the federal government to Montgomery, surplus. And I was down there today, and we haven't been doing any of that. And we could probably pick up some equipment, fire departments can pick up some equipment that pennies on the dollar. So I'm going to get with Tiffany, and we're going to establish the county an account. It won't cost us anything. And if we have items that we're looking for, we can go on the website and we can look, see if the state's got it, and we can requisition it. If we see it first. It's pretty much first come, first served.
We just don't wanna get into getting junk for these folks to work with at the road
Oh,
department.
no. They'll have a say in what we get.
Alan, just to clarify, cause you're naming the fire departments, do they have to set up their own account?
I don't,
They go through our,
I'll find out. They need to go through us because of some of the past history. I'll just be quite blunt. Yeah, they'll need to go through the commission.
The sheriff's been using this site, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we have that through the years.
And they've do the years.
Oh, you've still been using it? Okay. Well, it saves a lot of money. Okay.
Lakeisha has a question.
All right, I have nothing else.
Lakeisha has a question.
Lakeisha?
I just wanted to bring up that we're gonna sponsor a child and an elderly person this year from DHR, the commission office, if y'all would like to participate with us. So, that's all.
In other words, she's saying all donations appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we will adjourn this work session and meet back here Thursday, 6:30 for our November meeting.